If you have hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, or if anyone in your family suffers from this condition, then this may be the most important presentation you ever watch. When my ringing phone jolted me out of bed at 4 in the morning, I knew it couldn't be good news. But I had no idea of the nightmare that was in store for me. My dad told me he'd found my mother collapsed in the bathroom. Now he was with her at the hospital, and she was barely clinging to life. I raced there as fast as I could. When I arrived, the doctor told me she was in critical condition, and there was no way of telling if she'd pull through. Was she going to die right there in front of me? All because she hadn't fixed her high blood pressure when she had the chance? It's also called hypertension, and not only can it strike you dead at any time, it can also slowly kill you from the inside, destroying one internal organ at a time. So if you have higher than normal blood pressure, and you think it's not a big deal, if you think you can just leave it alone and all will be fine, then this, right now, is your wake-up call. Because if you don't do something about your high blood pressure today, it will do something bad to you, and you and your family will end up suffering terribly. If you don't take action, you could be the one lying helplessly in the hospital as your loved ones pray for a miracle. And trust me, you don't want to put your family through that. I'll tell you the rest of my horrifying story in a moment. And more importantly, I'll reveal an all-natural hypertension reversal secret that you can use today. And if you're like the average person who thinks it'll take years to reverse your condition, then let me tell you something that may shock you. There are documented cases of people lowering their blood pressure dramatically within just 3 weeks using simple, all-natural methods. That's not always the time frame. The results may vary from person to person, but you need to know that reversing your hypertension absolutely is possible, and you can do it without medications. So I urge you to watch this presentation to the end while you still can, because once Big Pharma finds out I'm sharing this all-natural method that is clinically proven to reverse your high blood pressure without the need for prescription drugs, I'm sure to be next on their hit list. They've got a long history of suing those who do anything to threaten their bottom line, but I'm willing to take the risk in order to get the truth out, because according to the latest US Census data, over 100 million Americans suffer from high blood pressure or hypertension. If you have even slightly higher than normal blood pressure, this puts you at risk for 4 of the top 10 killer diseases in America, which strike without warning and tear apart millions of families every year. In just a moment, I'll tell you the shocking story of how my mother nearly became the 4th person in our family to die from this insidious disease, and how I discovered a secret, all-natural healing method that finally unchained my mother from prescription medications and allowed her to reverse her condition for the long time. My name is Derek Daniels, and trust me when I say, you do not want to live through the nightmare that hypertension unleashed on my family. It's called the silent killer because it can cut you down out of nowhere at any time. And so many people who know they have high blood pressure ignore it, because oftentimes there are no symptoms until it's too late. A while ago, during a routine checkup, my mother learned from her doctor that her blood pressure was higher than normal, so she just took the pills he prescribed her and went on with her life, like millions of Americans, because her hypertension wasn't causing her any pain.